fear and anxiety. Now, these are very earthy qualities. You should have seen me at the first service. I was so anxious, I didn't know what to do with myself. Peter is all anxious about the fate of the status of the disciple who Jesus loved in comparison to him. In my therapy office, fear and anxiety are common visitors. By definition, fear is a normal response to what could be considered imminent danger, while anxiety is a more generalized fear of something that might happen in the future, but it might not. And it can paralyze us in the present. A mother comes to therapy because she is consumed with anxiety. Every morning she takes her 2 young daughters to elementary school. She goes in and her nervous system, her heart starts racing, she starts to get activated. She looks around for anyone unusual. She sees the face of a man who she says looks like the type. I question her as to what she sees that makes him the type. She doesn't know. So we work to bring her more into the present moment, into where she's relatively safe, the knowledge that her girls are safe at school, help her name the protocols that she knows the school has in place already. And with the more accurate assessment of what's actually happening now, her nervous system starts to come down. And she begins, I begin, and maybe she too, began to hear Jesus say, "The fire is on. Come have breakfast with me, sister." Martin Luther King Jr., a man who lived with daily threat, said about fear, "Normal fear protects us. Abnormal fear paralyzes us. Normal fear motivates us for our individual and collective welfare. Abnormal fear constantly poisons and distorts our inner lives, our soul, our very soul." The level of fear and anxiety so many of us experience in this time in history, it is intense and it's pervasive. It's triggered by our politics, some forms of Christianity, by the media, marketing, and more. So it is crucial that we don't just think about this passage, that we don't just engage the story cognitively, but that we feel the feeling of this passage, feel it deep in our soul, the gift of it, the comfort of it, the earthiness, and the comforting invitation of Jesus to sit with him around an ordinary warm fire and have a meal.